going into battle against a McGrath High team. Unknown to this stage, but wanting to prove a point for their school, for their community, for the fans, even the neutrals who have come out in their numbers and looking on in television land. That's what they're playing for, the DaCosta Cup trophy. And we are ready for it here in the commentary box, wherever you're watching all over the world. Thank you so much for joining our coverage here on the Home of Champions. My name is Donald Oliver. I'm with Dwight Jeremiah, and I don't know, Dwight, I think there's something about this final that could really entertain, based on the fact that I think that both these teams would not embrace the pressure, because there probably is little pressure on them both.
Little pressure for real, because at the start of the season, maybe these two teams were not on any or most person's mind or lips to suggest that they would be here today. And after the final, one will be happy, the other will be sad for sure. But I tell you what, these two coaches are just happy to be in this moment, live in this moment. As we see the teams being met by the officials from ISSA, Keith Wellington, President, and DaCosta Cup Chairman Linfern Wright leading the greeting party.
Both teams actually had contrasting results in their semi-finals. McGrath walked all over Ocho Sai in their semi. Garvey Maceo needed penalties to get by the heavy favorites in the competition, Glenmuir High.
Yeah, Glenmuir, team that many would say heavy on with the legs, but you can't take anything away from Garvey. They would suggest to you, though, that they came into the game wanting it to go to penalties, so they got what they want, as well as McGrath trouncing Ocho Rios. They said it was a good performance. Whether or not they would have extended too much in doing so, in terms of playing that defensive block, is another matter. But I agree with you, Donald. I just feel like these two teams will be feeling this is a moment for them. And it's one of two things that will happen. Either they will feel like it's too big a chance to pass up, so they will hold it too tightly, or they will just go at it hell for leather.
It's a long line of sponsors and stakeholders, as well as principals, as they embrace who they anticipate to be the chosen ones. Not a massive crowd here inside the National Stadium, but decent enough to support these two teams hoping to make a mark in this DaCosta Cup final. We will now pause for the playing of the national anthem. Well, I'm no psychologist, but I can only guess what's going through their minds at the moment. The first-time finalists are coming across to meet the team that's been here before. Quite a few members of that Garvey Maceo team, mind you, did win the under-16 crown back in 2021, when they did actually win the DaCosta Cup. And they've grown in stature to now hold the title of favorites heading into this DaCosta Cup final. O'Shane Nation is the man in charge here. Ojay Duhaney, Kemar Gale will assist him. Alexi Perry is the fourth official.
Yeah, big cavalry of official here. Top officials, we see 2 or 3 FIFA badges there. It's a final, and when you have a final, then you certainly want the big boys.
Let's take a look at the boys who will start for Garvey Maceo. Garfield Tomlinson between the sticks. The back four of Tyreek McKinley, Wilton Williams, Malik Robinson, Devani McIntosh. They've been the mainstay all season for Garvey Maceo. In the middle of the park, Donana Thompson holding. Everald Swaby, Rashawn White, and Jihari Williams is a part of the midfield as well, behind the strikers Christopher Mundle and Omarion O'Brien. O'Brien with 12 goals and 8 assists. The boy from Palmer's Cross leading the line for Garvey Maceo.
Yeah, just one change we see from the team that started in the semi-final. Livingston Donaldson out, and as you mentioned, Jahari Williams being brought in, the number 7.
Let's take a look at McGrath High. Orlando Griffiths, a 17-year-old between the sticks. They have a back four of David Hutchinson, Jamari Fowler, Orlando Willock, and Isaac Mason with 6 goals and 7 assists to his name so far this season. In the middle of the park, Shane Pusey with 10 goals. Beside him, Farrell Tucker, Dante Anderson, and Moses Rumble. And up top, Jim Mitchell, the 16-year-old in his 3rd year of the DaCosta Cup with 12 goals and 5 assists, the boy from Augustown. And beside him, the ever-dangerous Devon Davis, 11 goals, 20 assists, the boy from Walks Road in his final year, looking to make an impact in this final.
Yeah, when day 2 have made one change to their starting lineup, also bringing in their number 7 and attacking midfield, Dante Anderson, and leaving out their number 20, Marcelo Gordon. So going for a little bit more in terms of creativity. Gordon Moore is a central midfielder, and the number 7 being brought in, Anderson Moore, is an attacking-minded midfielder.
They are the 2 captains. Christopher Mundle on the left, and on the right, Farrell Tucker. It's almost time. Final prayers, final messages, final words of encouragement before the action gets underway here at the National Stadium. What will these teams offer tonight?
It's a really big occasion for them, as we see a little bit of rain blessing the proceeding, as we'd say in Jamaica. Blessings from above, and hopefully it won't be heavy, just to dampen things a little bit, make the surface a little bit more greasy and slippery so the passes will zip across it. You can't just imagine that they're happy to be here, but certainly there has to be some pressure, and there's always a little nerves, a little butterfly in the stomach to start the proceeding. And once you get your first touch of the football and make a good touch, a good pass, a good control, a good tackle, a good shot, then those should normally go away for the players that normally do well in these contests.
Yeah, we do expect the quality to be on show tonight. Garvey Maceo would have played a reserved game in the semi-final against Glenmuir. They knew the giants that they were up against. It's going to be interesting to see how they approach this one. Will they try to intimidate McGrath High, who made a statement themselves in that semi-final against Ocho Rios High that they should not be taken for granted? O'Shane Nation is ready, and we're on the way here at the National Stadium. The office, as it's affectionately called for the Reggae Boys when they do play here. It's an appointment for these 2 teams, this DaCosta Cup final. McGrath in the blue, they'll be kicking towards to our left and towards the downtown Kingston area and towards the Caribbean Sea. Garvey Maceo will be kicking in the opposite direction. Of course, they're in full yellow, aiming towards the New Kingston, the Ligony area as well.
We just see a punt from Swaby. He's a player that I think, because of the way they set up in that semi-final, didn't really express himself. But I think if they give him that freedom, is a player that can really influence this one. O'Brien as well, the number 11. There's Swaby on it, but thought it just now, but back on it again.
McIntosh playing it forward as Garvey Maceo looking to go through transitions here. The dangerous O'Brien. Omarion O'Brien skipping across, trying to make his way through a couple of the defenders. They need to clear McGrath, unable to do so. A chance probably coming up for Garvey Maceo. Still with it. Lovely stuff in the danger area. McGrath should clear, and they do. Garvey Maceo will try to recycle, but they have lost possession. Jihari Williams giving it up, ball over the top. It's an opportunity here for McGrath. Can he finish? He can't get the power behind it. Jim Mitchell with the chance there, I believe, through on goal. The 16-year-old didn't have the power necessary.
And I think he took it too early as well. And I was just about to say, we're seeing what Garvey is about. Yeah, we see that strike. Didn't really hit it through as well. Sort of was under his feet, and so tried to drag it out from under there. But Garvey is showing that they're willing to open up and play. That could be dangerous, because I think for McGrath, the pace of the front three, the likes of Mitchell, Davis, Pusey, will cause them a lot of problems. And we saw just now the transitional play looking quickly to release Jim Mitchell. So it's already shaping up to be an open contest. But what will happen, Donald? I think after a few blows, depending on which one hurts a little bit more, the other may just retreat into plan B.
Lester Hibbert is the man in charge at Garvey Maceo this season. As this one punted to the edge of the box, Garvey Maceo will try to send this further up the field. Well, they will take their time about it. Possible play out from the back.
Yeah. And if Hibbert, if there was ever an example of stepping into a big boot and filling it, it is Lester Hibbert, having taken over from Merron, and is here in the final looking to do what Merron himself did as well.
He has given a lot of credit to Merron Gordon, to be fair. Many times that they are on the phone, even during matches, as he's getting advice from him via WhatsApp.
But for sure, he has put his stamp on this team.
Oh, yeah.
And would have done a lot of work with them. And is really a big reason why they're here.
McGrath intercepting, sending that one long over the top. See them trying to go route one or hit on the break. As both teams continue to trade jabs. Quite a few players were a part of that under-16 squad back in 2021 to have won the rural area title, the under-16 rural area title for Garvey Maceo. As we take a look at Jermaine Thomas, head coach of McGrath High.
Yeah, Jermaine, a good friend of mine as well. But if ever you talk about progression, was here in the National Stadium last year. A year on, he's back here again, looking to lift.
Ball played out wide. Devon Davis, the ever dangerous number 8, trying to get the ball inside, has to settle for the throw.
Yeah, definitely lift silverware last season, and now for the main prize, he's back here again. If that's not progression, then I don't know what is. And you talk about the Garvey Maceo team with their under 14. I mean, all the players that he has in here, except his 3 quota players, played U14 and 16 for McGrath as well.
Throw coming up, maybe a long throw here. 3 McGrath players inside the box, hoping to get on the end of it. Again, looking for Mitchell. But Garvey Maceo, they hold their line and they put it into touch.
I really like the pace at which this one starts. I don't know, for him, it wasn't the case in the semi-finals. Just feeling like, you mentioned it, Donald, probably a lesser opponent and probably could get at him.
A lesser opponent in their eyes.
In their eyes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's thinking that. So they certainly also believe that they should be able to get the better of this Garvey Maceo team.
And some meeting of the minds going on. as the McGrath goalkeeper, Orlando Griffiths, getting some attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a brisk start by both teams.
82 by the, the little showers coming down, not heavy, but just greasing the surface. Ball will move much quicker over it as well.
Garvey Maceo, as I said before, quite a few players won that under 16 title back in 2021. Tomlinson, the goalkeeper, was part of that squad. Or 11, Malik Robinson, 2. Tyreek McKinley as well, a part of that team. The boy they call Zaza, Wilton Williams, who actually scored the winning penalty in that semi-final win over Glenmuir a few days ago. Delana Thompson, the holding midfielder, was also a part of that under 16 team, as well as Omarion O'Brien.
Yeah,
so they know how to win.
Yeah, they have gotten to places before that matters.
There is Wilton Williams, who scored that winning penalty against Glenmuir High from the Setch Pond Water Lane area. Springfield as well, all a part of the community. Quite a few players from Garvey Maceo are from that area as well. McKinley, Robinson, in fact the back four, all of the back four for Garvey Maceo are part of that Setch Pond Water Lane Springfield area, which is on the Veer Plains.
I think what McGrath will also use to counter the fact, or to say they can match up in terms of knowing how to win. They did win the Ben Francis Cup last season, and 18 of the players in the squad this season were a part of that squad as well. So they too can say, you know what, we've been here, we've been to games that matters, that involve silverware, and we know how to win.
Imagine the pride in those communities when these boys are successful.
They own them, I can tell you that. These communities, they really own them.
Newly crowned princes. Garvey Maceo looking to go forward. It's over on that left-hand side, try to make his way through. Unsuccessful on that occasion, but they'll try again. This is Devani McIntosh. Sliding challenge coming in on McIntosh. I think he was looking for something more, maybe a free kick, but just a throw in. Awarded, and now some words being had with the holding midfielder, Shane Nation. Speaking to Denana Thompson in no uncertain terms, letting him know who is in charge.
And Shane Nation will not miss the opportunity to so do, always. Yeah, top official. But certainly Garvey has been far more expansive in this game.
McGrath looking to respond. Lovely ball forward, breaking the lines. McGrath still trying to express themselves outside of going on the counter, unable to do so on that occasion. As we see Devon Davis on this left-hand side.
Yes, turning himself into, well, he's made himself the assist king this season.
Oh yes.
Lovely raking pass to Pusey on Pusey's second goal in the semi-finals. Just dropping deep and just pivot and then let fly.
I almost get the impression that he's been given a free roll there, number 8 for McGrath.
Certainly is, and he'll pop up all over the park, just pockets of spaces.
He's now in the box waiting for the cross to come in. There he is. Did score 6 goals last year. A player that's also on the Moulins United roster. Devon Davis.
Really tried hard to get on the score sheet in the semi-finals.
He himself is looking for some personal glory. In fact, it is his, I think it's his last year as well. Yeah,
it is his last year, along with Pusey. Davis Pusey, the skipper as well, his last year. David Hutchinson last year, Jamari Fowler and Orlando Willow.
Yeah, quite a few of them.
Yeah, 6 players leaving.
You almost want to say that they have no right to be nervous, but it is still their first final.
DaCosta Cup finals.
Yeah, DaCosta Cup final.
But even the great players will tell you just before a game there is always that little feeling, but it goes away once you get a touch of the football and your first pass or challenge or control is good. I tell you what, some of these players, it lingers long into the half.
Oh, Garvey Maceo, they've given up possession so easily there. Hutchinson was in the way. Now it's with Farrell Tucker along that right-hand side. Pusey going down under the challenge. Freaky coming up for McGrath High. Jermaine Thomas trying to bellow his instructions. This is going to be difficult to do, so I can tell you. There's the ball, lofted. Mitchell was trying to get power behind it. It was always going to be difficult for him to guide that one across.
Yeah,
no issues there
for at all.
For Tomlinson, yeah.
Just a lob. Always going to need a lot of generation of pace from the neck muscles. Both coaches will not want to.
Well, here's Garvey Maceo, but the ball was cleared before it got through to Mundell.
Yes, we see a shot there of Hibbert. Again, as I was saying, both coaches will not want to leave anything to chance, will not want to leave here with any regrets. So they're going to, well, we know Hibbert, he will kick every ball, he'll walk every mile here with these boys. We saw it in the semi.
A first goal here could be so critical in the narrative and how the story may play out, especially if both teams decide to be a little bit more cautious. McKinley with the throw.
And both teams have it within them to really become stubborn defensively, so it's the type of game where a goal could really hold the lead for a very long time. You did mention about favourites, Donald, coming into this one. You did say Garvey Maceo, maybe on history, you probably put it that way in terms of...
Well, here's the corner kick. They've taken it quickly. Tried to drive that one inside, just inside the near post. Everell Swaby, ambitious effort to try and beat Orlando Griffiths from there.
There's an ambitious player. A short corner taken and just looking to catch them out here. Drill that one inside with the bodies in front. Not a bad idea, because with so many bodies in front of goal, could have taken a deflection. Was it more towards inside the 6-yard box? But yeah, I was saying in terms of favourites, but some would say on the evidence of the semi-finals and the way they went about dispatching Ocho Rios, it was touch and go. Some say it was closer to being even this final.
Ball played forward. Oh, he's robbed in a dangerous area. McGrath could go ahead. They do! It's a danger man, Devon Davis. At the right hour, he scored his 12th goal of the season. And what an impact he may just have in this DaCosta Cup final, in his final year. The boy from Walks Road, setting McGrath on their way on this path to glory.
Well, I tell you what, he tried so hard in the semi-finals to get a goal. I was saying, you know what, never mind that, you have a final coming up. And expertly just robbed that one, and cool, calm. The goalkeeper should have done much better. He's always a handful, Devon Davis, and he just scored a handful of goals in terms of his 5th of the season. Well, when you look back at that one, Tomlinson will be disappointed. Davis elated. The McGrath family jubilant. And he's racing to celebrate with them. We just spoke about a goal being crucial. Garvey won't be able to replicate what they did in the semi-final at this stage. It's about continuing to be open and play.
It's a goal that this DaCosta Cup final needed. And now that the underdogs are ahead, what will happen next?
I tell you what, I don't want to say for Garvey, it's twist. It's going to have to be sticking with what they have started here in terms of being open, committing persons forward. Swaby looks like he's up to it, so maybe he's one that they have to get on the park. The big question too is, how does McGrath respond now? Do they try this early in the contest to keep what they have, or recognize that they're there for the taking, Garvey, and continue to be on the front foot? It's always a difficult decision as coaches, but you have to make them, and he has to decide. During that celebration, there were still discussions among the coaching staff with the players, and maybe in another few minutes we'll see what each coach will decide their team, the part that their team should take. It's still early days.
It is still early days. But now Garvey Maceo, they have to come out of their shell.
Well, they were showing that they didn't come here to really sit back. They were committing more numbers forward. A bit more expansive than they were in the semis, but maybe a bit more expansive they're going to have to be than they were in the opening 15 minutes of this one. Sometimes though, as coaches, Donald, you say, you know what, we continue to do what we're doing because we have time.
Well, as you said, they have to be a little bit more expansive, Garvey Maceo, in the hope that it is not too expensive on the defensive front.
Yeah, for sure. They have to find the right balance. But they'll remember too, when they met earlier this season, it ended 2-2. So they won't disbelieve with just that one goal. The expectancy and the belief they came here with cannot be snuffed out with just that strike. It's just that for McGrath, that belief and expectancy went up many folds.
Jim Mitchell didn't catch that one correctly as he tried to take it down. McGrath again going long. Again, the back line not sturdy. That's a late challenge coming in from Malik Robinson.
I know it appears that he got some ball. Let's have a look here.
No, he didn't. Yeah. Not at all.
The second leg coming around did. The first one didn't.
So free kick coming up.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually. It's a throw that's been awarded.
So as I was saying, the second leg that didn't get the ball, the second leg coming around, the trailing one did.
A change was made by Garvey Maceo, actually.
During that break with the celebration of stuff.
Livingston Donaldson,
who had started the semi
and came off injured.
Yeah, is on. Donaldson, more of a midfielder. Number 4 came out, Wilton Williams, which is a centre back. So we'll have to have a look and see whether they've gone to a formational change.
Well, we'll get back to that change in just a moment, as McGrath looking to get more here. Trying to go between a couple of defenders, and Shane Nation seeing an infringement, and the yellow card is shown to Jihari Williams, I believe.
Yeah, formerly of York Castle Williams. Yeah, that was poor from him, but just had a bad touch and just a bit overzealous, just trying to regain possession. And Nation just letting him know, look, I let you off the hook here. Showing his gratitude for that. Could have been worse. And Nation is not shy of showing red cards.
That's true, but I like the moment that he teaches the players to go across, apologize, help them up, because it's all a learning process for it. And I believe that's the role referees should play in these type of matches at schoolboy football level.
I agree with you, and a lot of the FIFA officials do that. I know Parchment on the field, sometimes they'll tell a man, don't rush in, his back is turned, don't do anything silly. Little things like those, you know?
Yeah, so in regards to that change, I feel it for Wilton Williams. I would just like to confirm if it was tactical or if there was an injury, which would have allowed them to go attacking. But Williams, who they call Zaza, was the one who scored the winning penalty against Glenmuir in that semi-final. So, again, we'll just have to get some word from the bench as to what exactly took place. We see he's now on the bench.
With a hamstring.
Yeah.
Apparently hamstring.
So maybe it was a forced change, but even then, it brought about an attacking change.
Well, it's a midfielder that they brought in. They have other centre-backs on it, but maybe they want a ball player who can also invert into midfield. So we'll wait to see what the setup is like and where he slots in and where he actually plays when they're in and out of possession. There we see him on screen. We'll just have a look to see where he pretty much carries out the bulk of his work, whether he starts in a position when they're out of possession, but as I said, might just invert into midfield as a ball player, which gives them extra body in the middle of the park. That is certainly an option as well. So rather than going for the likes of Itchman on the bench, who is also a centre-back, and a Johnny Johnson. So yeah, I reckon that is what they might be looking to have.
Hitchman, of course, had come from Veer, has a couple of goals to his name so far, was injured for the majority of the season, in fact. So much thinking being done by the coaching staff. Here's a free kick, goes straight into the ball. Isaac Mason with the attempt. Garvey Maceo looking to respond. They have numbers forward, trying to switch the play. Mundell gives chase. Put into touch. You know, Mundell was the one who was the goal scorer in the 90th minute for Garvey Maceo as they eked out a 2-2 draw in that round of 16 match earlier this season. So Mundell was influential in that game, as you see the yellow card came out and was shown to Orlando Willock.
Yeah, Willock being shown the yellow card there. Yeah, kicking the ball again after playing it out, and you're leading, son. You may get, hopefully he doesn't do anything else that really warrants a yellow card.
Yeah, as a defender,
it would be silly.
It's silly now.
It'd be more egg on the face then.
Yeah.
But for Garvey Maceo, the likes of Mundell, Swaby, and O'Brien have to come to the party for them.
Long throw coming up for Garvey Maceo. It's hurled inside the box. Headed away, not clear properly. Oh, he hit that flush, and the follow-up is going to be saved by the keeper. Oh, they had a couple of cracks at that one.
Yeah, really loving this contest. It really is an open one. And good for the neutrals, and good for the football purists. Long throw into the box. And didn't deal with well in terms of the clearance. First shot charged down. And then from an acute angle, did well to get that one on target. Really watched it and got his knee over it. That's why it was held within the frame of the goal. I thought that was Swaby with the strike. But good technique shown.
O'Brien, I think, was the one with the first attempt there.
So the two players that we feel needs to be involved here, definitely involved with those sequence of play for the Garvey Maceo.
McGrath needing some attention there. I think that's Davis who is down. Yep. Well, did he hurt
Holding his
himself
hand.
in?
He was holding his hand. I don't know if he felt bad on the elbow.
He was riling up the crowd and then just went down. And a stretcher has been summoned. Well, this is not a good look for McGrath High at all.
No, not at all. Big man for them. Scored his 5th goal of the season and has 20 assists. Let's just have a look. Well,
it's going to go back to him. Then he gets up and then...
Let's look what he was holding on to as well.
I think was his shoulder.
Yeah.
Well, that is just bad luck all around.
Because while he was getting the crowd in the mood, he was actively working that shoulder. But one team has had pretty much, based on what we've seen, a 4th substitution. This would be big though for McGrath. If
it would be considered bigger.
Yeah, I would feel so myself.
He's already on the score sheet.
25 goal contribution already this season. That's a big loss. But at least he would have given them the lead. It's definitely the shoulder. Maybe when he felt it was just out of place, and with that movement just completed that movement out of place. Just look here, let's see the fall.
I don't think the fall had little impact on him. I don't think. Because he gets up fine. And then that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the landing initially and then.
Because he went down on the palm, maybe a jerk in the shoulder, but that's just those innocuous one, those.
If it's a dislocation,
depending on the
we don't know the prognosis, do we?
No, we've seen them snap back in at times. Maybe with some painkillers, depending on the nature of it, but they will certainly assess it and decide. No quick attempts to try and replace him at the moment from...
No, I don't think so. So, free kick coming up. This is from some way out though. Wall has been constructed. It goes straight into the wall.
That was very, very ambitious. But he must have done it before, if even in training. I don't think he would have come here and just decided to go at it from that distance. But maybe you talk about confidence.
I don't know, you need to do it more than 10 times in training and score for you to come into the final of the DaCosta Cup to try it at the National Stadium.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I would agree with you. Repetition is key, but one thing he's not short on is confidence.
Ball sent inside the area. Mitchell trying to get there, the header, but he committed the foul there. Maybe a little push in the back of Malik Robinson.
Yeah, climbing all over him. Using him as leverage to get the extra height.
Still playing with 10 players.
Yeah,
McGrath High.
I tell you what, I can't blame them too much, because with a player like Davis, as we said, 25 goals contribution now with his strike in this contest, and the way that he leads this team too, despite not being the skipper, you want him out there.
Well, here comes McGrath. Challenge coming in hard on Fowler. Who's going across to take the throw in? It's Pusey. Would want to get him more involved. Here's a throw in the danger area, you know. But Garvey Maceo, they do have numbers back. Tucker tries an effort from distance and it was charged down. Mundo collects that one deep and has lost it. McGrath couldn't capitalize on the mistake. And here's another one. Dante Anderson was trying something spectacular.
I'm convinced that it probably is instructions from the coach to let fly from distance. Maybe they know something about Garfield Tomlinson. Because from open player set pieces, it can't be too far enough for McGrath to let fly.
Davis is back on the park. Devon Davis is back on the park for McGrath. You can hear the cheer from the stands, from the McGrath supporters, that their ace is back on the field. Oh, they were brave. What, 3 to 4 minutes without him? May have been a pulled muscle, actually. And, well, you can't pop those in, can you?
No, not at all. Certainly, you'd have to be more than that to really drag him off this park.
Yeah. Davis trying to send that one out wide.
May just affect his
running.
passing too, as well as running in terms of his balance to make the passes. So Garvey, they would do well to just ensure that he has attention every time the ball is at his feet. Just make sure that...
Just mild attention, do I, Jeremiah? Just mild.
I'll tell you what, I like sure that he has full attention as the opposing coach. Yeah, he's everything. The cheerleader, the coach, motivator. Just
over there of Davis, but it's gone through. The keeper, though, is there and wasn't intimidated at all, Garfield Tomlinson. But McGrath, they are running for everything, aren't they? But are they going to be opened up now? O'Brien. That's a foul on the play. Free kick coming up for McGrath.
Yeah, and really and truly, I think, as I said before, Swaby really up for it. And every time he gets on it for Garvey, it looks like something is about to happen. And he really was displeased with how that play unfolded. But we haven't called the likes of O'Brien enough.
No,
and
we haven't.
In the right area on the pitch. And that's the concern for Garvey.
This ball floated inside the area, no issues there for young Tomlinson. Call him young, but he's actually in his final year, the Garvey Maceo custodian.
Young as a person,
yeah,
in relation to the DaCosta Cup or schoolboy football.
A veteran.
Yeah, a veteran.
Davis pressing. Garvey Maceo doing well to get out of the defensive third, but again, lack of ideas. But that one was put into touch by Jamari Fowler, who decided not to take a chance with that one. The young man from Bull Bay.
When you give defenders something to defend, that's how they react most times, knowing that they have a goal. And you can't fault him now. What will happen is that at least he gets players back and able to organize.
Garvey Maceo trying to be ominous. Ball played in the danger area and was swept away before they could capitalize. Not the best of clearance. He's thinking of a shot. And no issues there. At least it was on target, but no issues there for Orlando Griffiths.
Yeah, it was vital, that touch, that sweep in action. Yeah.
It was Willock.
Yeah, it was Willock.
Change of ball needed. Apparently that's the fourth ball that has been, well, compromised.
Yeah. Outer layers ruptured. And the inner tube protruding.
We have seen the shots that have been taken, most of them highly ambitious, but nothing really to generate the ball being compromised. So I guess you have to question the quality of the ball.
Or is it the shape on it?
Garvey Maceo trying to go through quickly, a little bit too quickly. Ball over the top, too far in front of Davis. I was looking at the run-up of Davis, even as he still struggles a little bit. His usual run-up, his hands are usually pretty close to his side, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Reminds me of a Shoaib Akhtar, the former Pakistani fast bowler, yes. Who did clock on 100 miles per hour already with a couple of his deliveries. Shoaib Akhtar. Yeah, that's gone out into touch. The chemistry isn't right as yet for Garvey Maceo.
No, and I think they have to control the pace of it a bit more in terms of, I think they're going hell for leather with McGrath back and forth. They just need to play at their pace. But I guess they just felt like they had to be chasing this game because there's a goal, they went a goal down. Recognizing they need that calming influence probably from the bench as well.
For the neutral though, I can tell you it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's a good watch.
Mundell.
Again,
needed a better ball from their number 10.
Hurrying that pass. I mean, he wanted to make that pass about 2 touches before he did. And yeah, Davis down again. I tell you what, I am not surprised that he's going to get some physicality. I mean, there's a championship on the line, and he's not going to be allowed to walk on eggshells or be treated like eggshells.
Yeah, well, he was the one who tried to instigate it actually, as he wanted to fend off the defender.
Probably forgetting his state.
He's in serious pain.
Yeah, I'm not sure they gave him any painkillers as well. But yeah, it may be difficult. A decision may have to be taken soon.
Well, I don't know if at the start of the game you'd have given him an option as Garvey Maceo try to clear. Kept in play by Mason. And the throw in now to McGrath High. If you'd have given him the option to stay on the pitch for 90 minutes, not score a goal in the final of the DaCosta Cup, or you can only play for the first half and make an impact for your team, what would he have chosen?
I'm pretty sure he'd take the sure one where he knew he made an impact. But still, I tell you, it's a tough one because...
Oh, that's lovely. 2 to aim for. It's swept in. Oh, my goodness me. The swipe could have gone anywhere. That was so dangerous, the cross. And Garvey Maceo barely got away.
Yeah, it was Pusey. I don't think he was really trying to pick someone out, just trying to put it in that danger zone between the goalkeeper and that back line. Not a lot of space, and always difficult to defend with your face to goal. And you know what he did? He put some pace on it as well.
Malik Robinson, he was lucky there.
Heart in moment.
There's a corner kick head towards the back post, and that's nodded behind. It's going to be a goal kick to Garvey Maceo High.
Yeah, big scare for them. And McGrath having some good moments, not really extending their lead, and we know the game of football. The second half could be totally different from the first. And the opponent that seemingly didn't cause you much problems in the first, you can start to wonder if there are different personnel on the park.
Still down to 10 players. McGrath. Safety first.
That's just it for Garvey in the final third, just not stringing the passes together, not really finding their teammates. Swaby frustrated, felt that the play should have started earlier.
McIntosh playing it back to Mundle. Left alone well. Now they are playing it around, and here's the shot that's well wide of the mark.
Swaby again.
Yep. Orlando Griffiths just coming across, keeping across for the cameras.
Tell you what, not a bad attempt from him. Yeah, wide in the end, but from the position he started, he did well to get that shot off. And if only initially had Griffiths interested.
Urgency from Garvey Maceo. Here they come. Oh, that's a late challenge. Referee deciding to call the free kick. Not much of an advantage for Garvey Maceo. He thought, O'Shea Nation.
Yeah, good call in the end from Nation. Just waited to see if an advantage ensued, but when he picked it up, the player had closed him down, so no advantage there.
Was Anderson fortunate?
Not to get a card? Yeah, I would think so, based on the area of the pitch. And surprising too, with Nation being the referee. I think we've had a few more persons come into the stadium since the start of this one. It's a bit more filling out and creating a little bit more of an atmosphere. Could be a really big moment before the close of this half.
It's necessary for Garvey Maceo as they try to get back level. Who's behind this? Swaby is moving out of the picture. Well, the wall has been constructed.
Yeah, probably thinking of just shifting the angle for the two players in front.
Here's the attempt that goes straight into the wall, headed out by McGrath High. Lucky to get out of trouble there, I think.
Yeah, I think the free kick just at the second touch wasn't. I don't think that's what was desired. When it came across, probably just needed to stop it somewhat and then have him run onto it. He passed it back into his path, running onto it.
5 minutes of stoppages to be played at the end of this first half. We're in it now. Williams with the ball upfield and too far in front of Omari and O'Brien.
Looking to squeeze here because it's a throw-in and you can't throw it as far as you can kick it, so they're just looking to make the pitch smaller. Quite wise from McGrath to play it back where there was little pressure.
Here comes McIntosh now, cutting inside. Not the pass he was hoping to make. Trying to break through the lines, Garvey Maceo unsuccessful. McGrath trying to do so themselves. Mitchell up front alone. Mitchell remains on the turf. And now the ball put into touch so Mitchell can get some attention.
I think he just had his foot stuck in the turf.
I think the plan is to use the 50 minutes and try and patch up Devon Davis as best as possible, because they haven't yet made a change.
No, not at all.
This is a big call. It really is.
Big call to be playing with a man down for so long. But give them credit. To this point, it's working out. If they were to concede, then questions will be asked.
Sometimes you just observe moments that you may not agree with, but you understand.
Yeah, you certainly do, and I do in a large degree because of the quality of the play, and maybe him at 80% sadly is probably more effective than maybe an option you have that is 100%. It's just the reality of it.
Garvey Maceo obviously doing McGrath high favors as well.
Yes, they're not really taking advantage of it, not really making it a power play, as you would see in different sports, the cricket, ice hockey. Yeah, the player down, you just need to take advantage, but just not composed enough from the start, and haven't been able to compose themselves even with a man up. Probably, if anything, it makes them a bit more rushed. He's been warming up for a while, but they're so close to the halftime interval, and he's just waited to see if, as you say, Donald, 15 minutes could be a magical time.
Yeah, they're going to try and eat up a few more seconds here.
And if you go back to what we were discussing at the beginning, Donald, about the team that would be more used to this occasion and being experienced, McGrath showing no sign of a rookie team in a final here.
None.
Whatever the preparations were, not just tactical or technical, but even more so the mental preparation for those who were responsible, can be pleased at least with this first half.
Did win the Ben Francis Cup trophy last season, did McGrath, so they do know what it's like to be in a championship game and come out on top. And it would be akin to winning the Europa League and then the following season going ahead to win the Champions League.
Real progression.
Ball lofted, and the keeper collecting that. Probably a little bit too low for my liking, but he held on to it, and they hold on to this lead at the end of the first half. McGrath High in their first DaCosta Cup final, they lead. The injured Devon Davis, the difference maker. They have played quite a few minutes in this half without him, and they still haven't made the change. Let's see if some more patchwork will be done. Based on his state, I highly doubt he will be ready for the second half, but that's left to be seen. What's also left to be seen is Garvey Maceo's response. They've been second best in this first half, and now they need to talk it over. At the halftime interval, they trailed McGrath High by a goal to nil.
Big 45 minutes for both teams.
Indeed. Second half is on the way. Garvey Maceo in full yellow. McGrath in blue. They need to do a lot better come this second half. Rakesh Jones is on for Jahari Williams. Surprised by that change?
Williams was brought in at the start. I mean, was left out at the last game. I'm quite sure we'll have to... Well, something has to change for them. We didn't call his name as much anyway.
Ball lofted. Cleared eventually by Garvey Maceo. McGrath hoping that they can be stubborn. And that's put into touch. One of the questions that we'll have to ask is how long can Devon Davis last? Still his right arm bandaged. Having a word with referee nation. Trying to get the cross inside. And it's a corner kick that's coming up for McGrath. Corner kick coming up. Ball coming inside the area, headed away. Kako is trying to get that one down. McGrath still with it. Mitchell, or no, that's not Mitchell, that's Rumble, who was trying to make his way past defenders.
Really committed to the task, McGrath, really matching, and in many cases outdoing Garvey in terms of the duels and commitment towards those 50-50 efforts being put in.
Garvey Maceo with a booming clearance up into McGrath's territory. Keeper should be able to mark that one up. Well, he didn't know that he came off his own teammate. Allowed it to go behind for a corner kick.
Certainly not concentrated. And as a goalkeeper, you want to be locked in. Had a lot to do. Certainly, things can change in a jiffy.
Corner kick coming up for Garvey Maceo. Can they make it count? Here comes the surface. Cleared out. Manages to remain on his feet, looking for the give and go. He wasn't getting it on that occasion. O'Brien.
Yeah, it was poor from Swaby. Didn't glance over his shoulder to see that there was traffic behind him. Turned blind just now. It would have been better served just to do the give and go.
Jermaine Thomas said to me before the game that his team is under no pressure in this final because they've already done the school proud. That they've reached this far, carrying the good name of the institution. Now they have to do some defending, and challenge came in, and a free kick for Garvey Maceo. Isaac Mason had come across.
I'd agree with him to a point, but having gotten here, for sure, they'll definitely want to win this.
So a change is going to be made. Devon Davis is finally leaving the scene, having made an impact in this final. Marcelo Gordon comes on to replace him.
And Gordon had started the semi-finals as the player left out in this leg. Gave way to Dante Anderson, who came in his stead. Now he has his part to play.
This is Omarion O'Brien. Goes goalwards, wide of the mark.
Yeah, not a bad attempt there, but always curling away, not dipping enough. They must now fight for him and their school. It's going to be an organizing last 40 minutes for Davis.
Oh yes, in at least 2 ways.
Would think so.
McGrath on it. Anderson playing it through, and an additional yard of pace maybe, but it was too far in front of Mitchell, who's quick by the way. And Garfield Tomlinson wasn't in too much of a hurry.
Not at all. He was just hoping that that one ran out. Pretty much gave up on it.
Shane Pusey looking to make an impact from this corner kick. 5 players inside the box. Here comes the corner kick at the back post. It slipped. Oh, it's cleared off the line. Another opportunity. It's blasted over. McGrath high, so close.
Yeah, I think it was McIntosh here on the line.
That's a vital interception.
Yeah, that was going over.
Wow. Garvey Maceo counting their lucky stars there.
There's a big let off.
Flag goes up for offside.
Often see a clearance like that is worth a goal at the other end, certainly worth a goal clearance at that end, certainly kept them in it. Would be another goal down.
I think that was the first offside of the game actually, just now.
Teams are quite good with their runs.
But now a free kick on offer for Garvey Maceo.
He just needs to compose himself there.
There's the ball inside. Too much on it. Too much on it. And McGrath High will breathe yet another sigh of relief.
For the team in yellow, the time will tick past so quickly. McGrath will be wondering, when will it end?
Garvey Maceo, they need a little bit more imagination here if they seek to get back into this game. Ball come inside the danger area. Not the most convincing clearance. They'll try again. Again the ball inside the danger area and it's cleared out. Only just. Trying to turn there, Jim Mitchell. Oh, I hope his trajectory continues to go up. At 16 years old, can you imagine next year how much of a handful he will be? Already has played 3 years in the DaCosta Cup. Jim Mitchell plays for Marcus Garvey in the Major League as well.
And it looks like too he will bulk up a bit and be able to manage the rigors of it.
Yeah, of good height too.
Yeah. It's all about staying focused.
It's all about stubborn defending at the moment. Back there, Jamari Fowler. Couldn't keep that one in play.
Yeah, they're taking interest down the right flank. Garvey, that's where they're concentrating. Trying to get behind the back line of this stubborn McGrath defense.
Yeah, that was a substitute, Rakesh Jones, still hoping to make an impact in this final.
Yeah, they pretty much started Garvey with 3 in the middle with 2 holding mids. It's pretty much gone the other way now.
Good interception, crunching challenge again.
It's one thing for Garvey to keep what you have, which was a nil score line in that semi-finals. Now you have to go chase it. It's just that I feel the composure has eluded them somewhat in this contest, because I've seen them this season on their game, slick and smooth in their build-up through the thirds. As we see a break, McGrath custodian down. Maybe a chance to get some words in, some good tactical adjustment. But Garvey working with, 3 up front and 2 attacking mids behind them. McGrath continued to make it difficult, 7 behind the ball, playing on the transition with a goal in their pocket.
You'd think that Garvey Maceo would have to do more than what they've been offering so far in the second half.
Yeah, just in that final third, I guess once it gets there, they don't have enough link-up plays. The triangle's not small enough, players not close enough. We saw when Swaby got a chance to play the link-up as McGrath come forward.
Yep, the shot over the top though.
But yeah, in that final third, when the link-up was supposed to be on, Swaby he turned blind. So just not calm enough, not creative enough in that final third. And again, not technical enough. Heavy touch. Guilty party just now was Donaldson overrunning it.
McGrath are going about this well, I think. Trying their best to make use of each and every bit of the possession. Yeah, they haven't sat back at all, but they are defending in numbers, especially when they lose it. There you go.
Yeah, Mundell felt that the pass was onto him inside. But again, just the 3 players, and they were running in pretty much one line. Always going to be difficult. Just needed the other players in midfield to be following up, giving some depth to the attack. And players even checking their runs as the defenders try to get in line with the ball. So much more thought and creativity needed from Garvey.
McGrath again trying to make further inroads.
So far, it could be safely said that whatever language the Cubans were speaking here, McGrath certainly came with their interpreter, because they're handling everything very well. Again, the lines of communication distorted. Can't really string the passes together.
Almost got through. Garvey Maceo looking to build up again, but again that final third, the ball in the final third, not fruitful.
They're looking to go down either flanks, not really building up through the middle as much. And that's because McGrath, they have decided to get bodies inside. And what tends to happen is that the two wide players, they funnel in. Create pretty much four in the middle, a diamond of a sort.
Throw-in awarded to Garvey Maceo.
Jermaine Thomas within 2 seasons looking to become a Ben Francis Cup champion and a DaCosta Cup champion. Scaling the heights. Definitely for McGrath. Unheard of before he got there in 2017 when they never came out of the zone.
Garvey Maceo with the possession still. Ball sent out wide. They need a good delivery inside. He's cutting inside well. McGrath, stubborn, boots it upfield. Chance to break, but Garvey Maceo looking to come back in numbers. The shot taken quickly, and no issues really in the end.
In the end, I'm happy you said in the end, because it was looking really, though Garvey had numbers up, the one player from McGrath was looking as if he was getting the better of the 3 players back for Garvey. Yeah, cutting inside. Mitchell there, and the goalkeeper was retreating. Didn't gather well, but Mitchell was on his own, and as such.
Maybe next year when he's a little bit more confident, he'll drive further forward.
Yeah,
Jim
we've seen
Mitchell.
it twice tonight where he has opted to go from distance.
But he has potential.
Yeah, with what, 17 goals contribution this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly been massive for them.
Yeah, Garvey Maceo, I've said it already, need to add a little bit more spice in their cooking.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they have it in their kitchen. And if not, then it's really not making for good consumption at the moment.
McGrath with it.
Just felt for a moment the switch was on. Had he looked up to the far side, the way that the back line was staggered, the deepest point of it was to this near side. I think had he gone across the pitch, then defenders would have to be turned, running towards their goal.
Nice turn. But Rumble lost it, trying to win it back, but illegally.
The likes of a Brand, though, for the remaining third of this one, or just under. Where is he? He has to come to the party, oblivious. Sweeby trying his endeavour best. Mundle from time to time at both ends of the pitch. O'Brien, though, missing.
Ball again over the top. And McGrath back there in numbers. Happy to concede the throw. They're utilizing their instincts. McGrath, they are trying their best not to be foolish at the back. Clear the ball when they have to clear.
and play out when they can. Yeah, smart, you're right, Donald. The thing is, nothing to be cute about with this one. It's about getting over the line. You clear their lines and you get your team to get back and organize.
It's been a disciplined performance so far, I think.
Yeah. And that back line has stayed in place pretty much the entire 67 minutes. It's not venturing too much out of their area. Dropping when they need to, pushing up, stepping up when they need to, shifting from side to side when they need to.
Trying to switch the play. Conducted by O'Brien. O'Brien. Lovely work by O'Brien. And then he just ran out of ideas and went to the turf looking for something. Got nothing.
I thought he was going to come to life now. We've been begging for him to come to life, at least for Garvey's sake. Had a really prime opportunity just now. Good driving run, but in the end, pretty much epitomized what we've seen from Garvey in the final third. Where does he look? Does he go to his bench? Hibbert.
Hutchinson is back there. Plays it along that line, and it's put in touch by the Garvey Maceo defender. He's in some pain.
Yeah, and Hibbert saying that it should be a free kick, not a throw-in. Being calmed down by Nation and Perry.
It's going to be interesting to see this again on the replay.
Yeah, see who has a case.
Robinson had come across. I think boots just colliding there.
Yeah, not much in it. Both players committed. At least not from the angle that we got.
Yeah.
We did say early in it though, Donald, I was saying that it's the type of game that maybe before a ball was kicked, we're saying, you know, or just after that one goal, based on these two teams, because of their nature, they have a default action of being very resolute in defense, that once they get that go-ahead goal, you suspect they're going to put up a rear guard defensive display, and we're seeing that from McGrath at the moment.
Oh, Mitchell actually got a yellow card in the end. Another crunching challenge. They're doing what they need to do.
Yeah, you can't underestimate it. Those type of challenge always get defenders plugged in and the rest of the team as well.
Wasn't clear too far out, and the shot coming in from Delana Thompson. No problems there for Orlando Griffiths.
Yeah, a bit desperate there. Came out to him and there was a lot of players in front of him. Maybe just to try something different.
Oh, that's dangerous looking.
Yeah, referee indicating that he's still making a note of that player, felt it was a dangerous one.
Here he is coming for another challenge. Gets the ball on this occasion. McGrath
yeah,
get a throw now.
Come in. Yeah, Nation was pointing to him, saying, "I'm coming back to you, son." See, the way the rules of the game is, you don't have to catch the player if it's deemed dangerous and the player took evasive action to ensure that they avoid any serious injury, then he still will be called for it.
Wow.
Yeah, two-footed.
That has no place in football these days, I can tell you, that challenge.
Yeah, Moses rumbled there.
tried to part the player. Tomlinson getting some attention, and so to the teams.
Yeah, and we're going to look now when Garvey Maceo comes back out, because obviously something has to give, and a change from the norm in terms of maybe a formational shift. Jermaine Thomas will have to anticipate what is to come. Or it's more the same, and to get his players to continue to do what they're doing, because so far they are unbothered by this team. They were identical at the half in terms of the shots they had and the amount of those shots that were on target. But just from open play, McGrath looks more in control based on what they have already, which is that goal, and what they're trying to do.
So Rumble is being taken out by Jermaine Thomas. Quayne Nelson comes on to replace him.
Pretty much like for like in terms of the midfield.
Sent in, and there's a header, the connecting header, wide of the mark. Wow, the ball had come in from Hutchinson. It was a wonderful delivery. Garvey Tomlinson was left in no man's land, and he was beaten to it by Mitchell, who would want a do-over, I think.
Yeah, it was big. I think what happened is that he didn't see him coming. I was just set up to collect it, and then just like that, surprised.
Haven't said Rashawn White's name a lot, but he has sent over a wonderful ball out wide. Garvey Maceo though lose it in a critical area, but McGrath, they give it up. There was an infringement on the play though.
Yeah, sweep is bad touch. And then the challenge, which was overboard.
Whistle goes again. Donaldson along that left channel, O'Brien, but Mason has had a pretty decent game so far. Ball hit long, not the best defensive clearance, but enough. Mitchell, remember that he's on a yellow card.
Yes.
Was being a little bit forceful there.
Yeah.
A little bit too eager.
He's going to have to walk a tin rope here. I think Garvey, they have gone to trying to see if they could go with three at the back.
Getting a word from an earful from his coach, Jermaine Thomas. The last thing you want is to give Garvey Maceo a bye.
Well, the big thing is that they had a rehearsal if they were to go down a player.
They did.
Towards the end of the first half.
Raking ball sent out wide, but too much on it from Malik Robinson.
So definitely distinctly gone to 3 at the back here, Garvey. I said when they went in, as we see Davis there, yeah, I can't wait. His goal at the moment, bringing the DaCosta Cup to McGrath. The most, I'd probably say one of the unlikeliest of schools at the start of the season that many would suggest were going to be the champions. Right now they're 15 minutes or so away.
Got a ball to his chest and went down eventually. Dante Anderson scored the winning goal in the Ben Francis Cup final last year, did Anderson. Turned 16 last week. Going down after that gut punch. Back up.
Just really good stubborn defending. Good position from the defenders as well.
Donaldson inside. Again, not doing enough in the middle of the park for me, Garvey Maceo. And here comes McGrath. Mitchell trying to bamboozle the back line. It's Mitchell trying to sneak that one in between the goalkeeper and the near post. Probably not the best decision, but it was him against the world.
Yeah, but he should have gone for the far post. But just let's see here. When he got the lucky bounce and it came back off the defender to him, yeah, looked up. I think he was looking to wrap his foot around it. I don't think he intended to go to that near post.
Yeah, I think so too. Was really annoyed at the end. Oh my goodness me. What skill. And then the pass. Was that Hutchinson over on the far side who did it?
Yeah.
Now here's Amarian O'Brien. Further left to his captain, Christopher Mundle. Back to O'Brien. Was doing a little bit too much there.
Expecting too much as well.
Again, the ball forward. Could be problems here. Mitchell trying to apply the pressure. He doesn't get the corner kick, does he? No.
Working hard. He's been asked to do that because in response to McGrath changing to 3 at the back. As we see a change coming up here for Garvey Maceo. Their number 8, Sean White, coming out.
Just mentioned that we haven't said his name a lot.
Yeah.
But Jay McLaughlin comes on for him.
Yeah, 8 goals so far this season, 3 assists. They'll take just 1 now, Garvey.
Yep.
But yeah, looking at 3-4-3 at times, 3-3-4, but 3-4-3 definitely what Garvey has gone to. McGrath in response has just looked to get a 5-4 at the back.
Here they are, Garvey Maceo. McLaughlin getting his first touch just now. O'Brien left the ball. Opportunity here for McGrath once more. Challenge was necessary
and was
from Malik Robinson.
Well. Well, good challenge. Players of the past will love that because they say too often they see like that has been taken out of the sport, those crunching challenges. That was clean. And McGrath responding to the 3 up top with 5 at the back. 5-4-1 pretty much. Jim Mitchell almost out of gas, hunched over, hands and knees. But the thought of the DaCosta Cup coming their way will give him a few more.
Oh, definitely.
Fuel.
Yeah, definitely adrenaline is going to kick in. Ball again, hopeful over the top, looking for Mundle. Couldn't keep that one in play.
Yeah, the McGrath back line, as I said, they've pretty much been in place, almost like trees planted, not venturing too far, so not leaving a lot of space in behind. So those long balls over the top, really limited space for them to run into. Maybe there the discussion is to try and pass a little bit more and drag them out or get runners in behind. Closer, but not the pass from deep. If they're saying they had a masterclass tactically against Glenmuir, well, they've been ditched out. A similar meal today.
The difference is, McGrath, they've actually scored.
They scored, yeah, that's the problem. And I think because Garvey started out thinking that, you know, let's go on the offensive and get it and then go into this defensive mode. Well, they were caught out when they were open and never allowed to get back into that defensive mode. In fact, they've gone even further away from it by going to 3 at the back. And the nation saying, don't worry, Garvey, I have you covered. Clock has stopped. And you will get the time back. Whether or not they'll get enough. Only a goal in it, but we said at the top of the game that we suspect 1 goal could win it based on the nature of these teams.
What is he thinking, Jermaine Thomas?
All that is on his mind, I can tell you, as a coach at the sideline, is just let's get over the line. We just got to do it. And he just will just keep at his troops, will not let up. Oftentimes you say you coach and you don't want to coach at the sidelines. You want to do the work at the training ground. Well, in games like these, you definitely want to.
Started from scratch with McGrath High, did Jermaine Thomas.
Yeah.
And now right on the brink of what the school, what he longed for.
Yeah, from scratch 2017, as you said, they never left the zone. And it took him 2 years to come out of it. Came out in 2019 after going there in 2017 and went straight to the semi-finals. Lost to Clarendon.
Garvey Maceo looking to spoil that dream, but not with that play. Issues still for the 2-time champions.
Big issues as well. Came 6th in his first season. 3rd in his second, and topped the zone in his 3rd. And ever since then, McGrath have progressed from the group stage.
I remember the first time that they were at the National Stadium for the Champions Cup against the Jamaica College. They arrived 15 minutes before the kickoff. They were properly trounced.
7-0.
Yep. By Jamaica College right here at the National Stadium. I think it was their first television game. Maybe their first ever TV game, if I'm not mistaken. Peter McGregor was leading the line that day for McGrath High.
Led the line throughout the season.
Felt so sorry for them because they were like a deer in headlights. But tonight, so far, they are the major headlight.
Yeah, looking to just change the narrative.
O'Brien trying to run through. Garvey Maceo still with it. McLaughlin was dancing. And now it's with Robinson. Still an opportunity for Garvey Maceo. Swaype. Ball comes across. McGrath should clear. They do. Anywhere will do. That looked dangerous. Garvey Maceo with some momentum now. O'Brien's ball is delicious. It's headed over. It's a corner kick to Garvey Maceo.
Big header that just now. Really big header. Good service from O'Brien. And yeah, big one. About 7 or 8 players were in the box earlier. Just a lot of traffic.
Here's Garvey Maceo. Oh, that's lovely. Putting in a dangerous area, and the shot from Robinson again. I thought there was a deflection. There wasn't any. It's a goal kick to McGrath.
Just didn't show enough purpose. Robinson needed to wrap his foot around that one and really give it the lot. And he should want to do that because he was the man at fault. Was robbed by Davis, who went on to score the only goal of the game so far. But that was a big chance for Robinson.
McGrath would surely love to kill this game off.
Yeah. You know, the way the clearance have been going from McGrath, it's almost like when we were playing the game in the latter years or earlier years when you only had 1 or 2 balls and you punt it a good distance to get some respite.
Doesn't work at top level football, I can tell you.
No.
Dante Anderson comes out.
Yeah, was brought back. Didn't play in the semi-final. Well, didn't start in the semi-finals. But has certainly put in a good shift for this one.
Mitchell. Lovely from Jim Mitchell. Trying to go all the way. Tabari officer, by the way, came on just to confirm that change.
Yeah, it's really intense now.
It is.
So much on the line. Garvey recognizing they're running out of time. For McGrath, they realize it's so close. Within touching distance, they can feel their hands on the trophy.
Changed by Garvey Maceo. They're taking out Mundle.
He's really run a shift.
Mundle had scored the 90th minute equalizer when the teams met earlier this season. He won't be able to replicate those heroics tonight. He's been taken out of the firing line.
Surprising though, I'd love to see what they do with Itchman.
Maybe
Probably
just an extra body for the header.
Yeah, big one, because he's a centre-back by trade, but just want to have him, or have a focal point maybe, just launch the balls forward. McGrath responding.
Shane Pusey.
Yeah, the star of the semi-finals, the 4-goal man. Not going to impact the game, the final, in that way this time round. Limping off.
Cleftalio Matti is now on. Well.
Legs, he wants fresh legs in that midfield to work hard for him. Jermaine Thomas.
He's riding on defending this lead in the final 2 minutes plus time added on. Free kick for Garvey Maceo as they try to make this count. Ball played inside in the danger area. The keeper comes out to collect. Orlando Griffiths from Mount Diablo, the 17-year-old, has never scaled higher heights in collecting that one.
Certainly needed every frame of his body, and boy, he caught it at the highest height. A textbook collection, but he was graceful to see that one just sail towards him.
Ball over the top, and again, Griffiths holding firm. It is going to be interesting to see how many minutes will be added for stoppages.
Yeah,
I am thinking 5.
Minimum of.
A minimum of a minimum of 5 minutes.
I know that it's the game. It's all about the tension out there.
Oh yeah, and we can feel it up here.
Yeah, for sure.
Free kick awarded. Tyreek McKinley was caught in a tussle with McGrath striker. Oh, we're hearing 7 minutes of stoppages to be played.
Yeah, we weren't totally wrong. We said a minimum.
A minimum, yes.
And still it is a minimum of 7 as well.
So Garvey Maceo, they do have time. Oh, where is he going? Tomlinson. He had to get the pass right, that's for sure. But they've lost it. And McGrath trying to come forward. Trying to eat up more time with the possession. Tucker along that right channel. Challenge coming in was a decent one. Corner kick awarded.
Initially, both referee and assistant referee here was unsure. I felt initially it looked like a goal kick.
Yeah, I thought it came off officer. And the yellow card shown for dissent.
As goalkeeper Tomlinson gets in the yellow card. I tell you, this problem here, or this situation that Garvey has to defend, it's been the order of the day for Jones since he's been on the park. Been in some good positions, but his touch has let him down. Let's have a look here to see if... Yeah, I think it was a goal.
Well, I think it's close.
Yeah.
I think it was touch and go, to be fair. Nothing definitive from that.
But in situations like that, you give the call where it would hurt the least.
That hurt a bit. Goal kick. Well, the SportsMax app moment of the game is this one right here. Davis pressing, getting that one, cutting inside, and then firing. The difference maker in this game so far. Wonderful win, and then driving that one home. And Garfield Tomlinson having a hand on it, couldn't do much with it. That's our SportsMax app moment of the game, courtesy of the SportsMax app. The difference maker, bandaged, bruised, but we'll be hoping to celebrate in a few minutes' time.
Yeah, his final season of schoolboy football, and has given human service to McGrath. Led the line this season 25 times. He has contributed to goals, or 32 I should say times he has contributed to goals this season. Davis, that's massive. 20 assists, being dubbed the assist king this season. And 12 goals, none bigger than the one he has scored tonight, the one he will remember, if it holds, for a lifetime. Tomlinson will look back, Garfield, and feel that he ought to have done better. Tell you, it would have to come out of the blues here for Garvey, because we're not seeing anything, have not seen anything from the start to suggest that they will crack this scoreline.
Yeah, they really do need to come with a magical moment, I think, and it would have to be magical.
Yeah, Jermaine Thomas, high weight on the sideline. It's right in the area of the pitch where you wouldn't want it to be.
Yep. They just want to get the cross in. And there it is inside the area now. They've lost it.
I mean, what was he thinking, juggling that one, looking to, I don't know, was he going to put it over his head?
A throw-in has been awarded to Garvey Maceo. Well, they're making a change, another change. Garvey Maceo, as they seek to get the crucial goal. Is it Rakesh Jones is coming off?
Yeah, the substitute.
Lex J. Green comes on to replace him. Ball inside, just outside the box.
Well, at least it's another striker they've thrown on now. An orthodox one.
McGrath defending for their lives. Sent out wide. O'Brien sending this one inside the box, deflected behind. Corner kick coming up for Garvey Maceo.
Yes, organizing here for McGrath. Jermaine Thomas, his coaching staff. Davis on the bench and the rest of players.
Taken quickly to the edge of the box. Here's the shot, fired in. It's cleared out of the 6-yard box to O'Brien. Here comes Garvey Maceo. O'Brien looking for space. trying to work the angles, back out wide. This one is delivered over the top. McGrath will breathe easily again.
Yeah, they're sensing it. They're sensing that they're there. Bodies in front of the goal.
Up towards the halfway line.
Well, they felt it was a final whistle.
It's not the final whistle.
The bench of McGrath looking to run out. There's still a minute or so to play, minimum. Yeah, we saw them leaping up off the bench.
They are on edge.
Yeah.
It's a free kick that's been awarded.
Figuratively, for sure. Yeah.
I think there was an offside call. I think.
Now, what is important here for Garvey is that they put numbers forward, but set up for the second ball.
Yeah. Like this.
Yeah.
Which they do have. O'Brien trying to get it down. Again, looking to work the space. Twisting, turning. Still has it. O'Brien finds help from a teammate in Swaby. Swaby dishes it out wide. They're lining up on the edge of the box. A few inside. Swaby sends it back out. McGrath defending stubbornly. They are stuck out wide. It's put into touch. Throw in. It may be a long one.
It may be. I think it will. Well.
No, Thompson takes it quickly. This one is fired and charged down. It's still in the danger area. They're playing around with it. Oh, lovely turn. Here's the shot. There's the goal. O'Brien. He is their star man who was waiting in the box, firing that one home. His 13th goal of the campaign. And their number 11 has taken the trophy out of the hands of McGrath and may have taken his team out of the fire. It's 1-1.
Well, it's out of the Blues. They've certainly sent McGrath in the Blues. Yeah, we've been calling for him all game long. We said if they're going to do something, he has to come to the party. He saw the corner and he put it in there. Yeah, piercing drive. A dagger to the heart of McGrath. And just like that, they're back in it. And now, it seems like with that one kick, they've given themselves the chance to have 5 kicks at goal. And jubilant. Yes, jubilant. They believe, they kept believing. McGrath get deeper and deeper. And now they've been struck down in a hole. Wonder if they'll be able to come out of it. How do you feel?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, they're still in the game. It's 1-1, but you'd felt they have to feel like it's a loss at the moment. They have to muster the courage to get back here.
The question is the big one. How do they rebound from this? It's a punch that has sent them on the canvas with seconds to go in regulation.
Yeah, it's big. It's big. It's certainly a flick of the switch here. They were about to celebrate moments ago. They leaped off the bench just to realize it wasn't the final whistle. He kept believing. He kept making changes. Unorthodox players being thrown up front as a focal point. And in the end, McGrath just couldn't weather the storm. How must he feel inside? He was lifting the trophy.
He was in his own mind, he was. But we spoke about the fact that they needed a magic moment. They needed individual brilliance.
And
we saw it.
And we've been calling for O'Brien for a long time for the first half. Yes, for him to step up. Because we know with Swaby came and we've been saying O'Brien. And we said, yeah, when you have stubborn defenses, persons in the right position as McGrath has been this game, it took a moment of brilliance. Boy, he was searching for the space. A space that didn't seem to exist. But then he found it and saw the corner and placed it in it. Well, they're matching the ferocity and outdoing the McGrath supporters now. Garvey Maceo, yellow cards coming out. And when we were looking at a defender. Well, he has gotten the yellow card, the number 3. McKinley. And we certainly felt it was a defender who would have gotten the man of the match, because they were quite stubborn, quite good. I really like the work that Hutchinson had put in, alongside Willock, who got an early yellow card, but managed to navigate his way through this game without any more trouble or hint of him getting a card. But no, they have to go again. And how much minutes will be added on to the end of this? Because it was almost done. They would have gone to penalties in the semi-finals. Garvey Maceo.
Well, the goalkeeper has been called.
Well.
Oh.
Griffiths coming out.
Well, they did. Well, I don't know how he managed to come on the park.
Oh, Griffiths had come out before.
Yeah.
And normally in a situation like that, yellow cards are given too. But it depends. Yeah, he came back. He's coming on for what, a second time? While preparation for the penalty shootout. And both sets of coaches will be looking at, and literally with the last kick of the game, O'Brien, a player that we have touted all game long, that needed to come to the party. You know, we're not magicians. It's just what we've seen of him throughout the season. And Davis, crestfallen, cannot impact the game again. His goal took them to the brink. 97th minute, the goal was good enough to stand to lead them to the promised land. At this moment, it counts for nothing. And 5 more kicks, minimum, off the ball from each team will decide it. It was heading to St. Catherine. It could be Clarendon. At this moment, nobody knows.
Garvey Maceo, they are very confident with penalty shootouts. And that's where we're going into right now after this one has ended at 1 apiece.